Gentlemen, listen closely. For centuries, manhood has been synonymous with strength, courage, and resilience. Our ancestors were warriors, conquerors, and builders of nations. But today, these defining qualities are being lost in the noise of modern society. We have become complacent, weak, and uncertain. We are living in a world that celebrates mediocrity and scorns masculinity. But it's time to awaken. It's time to reclaim what's rightfully ours. It's time to rediscover the power of a man. Our ancestors understood that being a man was not about conforming to societal norms or seeking approval from others. It was about embracing their masculinity and using it to shape their destiny. They understood the importance of strength, both physical and mental. They understood the power of resilience and the courage to overcome obstacles. They understood the importance of having purpose and direction in life. But today, we have lost sight of these essential qualities. We have become complacent, allowing our masculinity to wither away. Many have sold the notion that a shortcut to regain one's manhood is through seed retention, but you've been fed repetitive lies and in turn have become victims of the dangers of seed retention. You must learn the truth, and the truth is now, so listen attentively. The root causes of seed retention are many and complex, but they can all be traced back to the erosion of traditional masculinity in modern society. The values that once defined manhood have been replaced by a toxic culture that glorifies mediocrity. This has perpetuated a vicious cycle of self-doubt and insecurity in men, leading to a decline in their physical, mental, and emotional health. The rise of feminist movements and the decline of traditional gender roles have contributed to the erosion of masculinity. Men are told to embrace their softer side and reject their natural instincts for strength and dominance. This has led to a generation of men who are uncertain of their place in society and struggle to find their identity. Furthermore, the rise of technology and the decline of physical activity has had a profound impact on the physical health of men, with the majority of men spending their days sitting in front of screens, consuming mentally harmful content, and force-fed misleading guidance. Men are losing their physical strength and endurance. This has not only impacted their physical health, but also their mental and emotional health. The dangers of seed retention. The dangers of seed retention are many and far-reaching. They impact not only the individual man, but also his family and society as a whole. It is a silent epidemic that is slowly destroying the very fabric of our society. And again, it is time to wake up and take action. Seed retention leads to physical and mental health problems, including low energy, decreased libido, and depression. You might think it would do the opposite, and while it holds true, said truth is temporal. Men who suffer from seed retention are more likely to struggle with weight gain, erectile dysfunction, and infertility. These physical symptoms can lead to a decline in mental and emotional health, causing men to withdraw from society and spiral into a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. In addition, seed retention also impacts relationships. Men who suffer from seed retention are more likely to struggle with intimacy and communication, leading to strained relationships and broken families. The physical toll of seed retention. The impact on hormonal balance and sexual health. Semen retention is a popular trend amongst men looking to increase their virility and masculinity. However, the long-term practice of retaining semen can have serious physical consequences. When semen is not released through sexual activity or ejaculation, it can cause a buildup of testosterone in the body. This can disrupt the delicate hormonal balance of the body, leading to a host of physical problems. One of the most significant effects of seed retention is decreased testosterone levels. This can result in low energy, decreased muscle mass, and decreased sexual function. Men who practice seed retention may also experience decreased libido, impotence, and erectile dysfunction. These effects can be devastating for a man's sexual health and well-being. Another toll of seed retention is the increased risk of prostate problems. When semen is not regularly released, it can cause pressure to build up in the prostate gland. This can lead to inflammation, swelling, and pain. Prolonged semen retention can also increase the risk of developing prostate cancer, a disease that affects millions of men every year. In addition to these physical consequences, seed retention can also have a negative impact on men's mental health. Men who practice semen retention may experience feelings of anxiety, stress, and depression. This can further exacerbate their physical symptoms of seed retention, creating a vicious cycle of negative health effects. The impact on hormonal balance and sexual health is a clear warning of the dangers of this practice. Men must be mindful of their sexual health and seek medical advice if they experience any physical or mental symptoms related to seed retention. It's important to understand that seed retention is not a sustainable practice and can have serious consequences on a man's physical health. A man's body is designed to release seed regularly, and neglecting this natural function can have a damaging impact. In the words of the ancient philosopher Aristotle, nature does nothing in vain. The body has its own wisdom, and we must listen to it and allow it to perform its natural functions. The suppression of natural sexual desires can lead to feelings of frustration, anger, and even depression. This can cause negative impacts on mood and emotional well-being, leading to a vicious cycle of dissatisfaction and distress. Aristotle also said, "Happiness is the meaning and purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence." And yet, seed retention can often bring the opposite effect. Men who practice seed retention may feel like they're sacrificing their happiness and their well-being for a false sense of strength. It's crucial to understand that seed retention is not a one-size-fits-all solution. The impact it has on a man's mental health can vary greatly from person to person. Some may experience only minor discomfort, while others may struggle with more severe symptoms. The key is to understand that seed retention should not be seen as an end goal, but rather as a tool to help achieve a greater sense of balance and well-being. The toll of seed retention is not just physical, but mental and social as well. It can have devastating effects on relationships and personal connections. One of the most significant dangers of seed retention is the impact it has on relationships and personal connections. Men who practice seed retention often report feeling isolated, disconnected, and lacking in any meaningful human connection. This can be especially damaging for men who are already struggling with social anxiety or insecurity. One of the many ways that seed retention affects relationships is causing a decline in intimacy and sexual connection. This can be a significant source of stress and strain for men who are already struggling with confidence or self-esteem issues. The lack of sexual release can cause men to feel frustrated and resentful, leading to conflict and resentment in their relationships. The following practice can also cause men to feel detached from the world around them. This detachment can be especially harmful to men who are struggling with loneliness, depression, or anxiety. The lack of physical release can cause men to feel further disconnected from the world and their own bodies, making them feel more isolated and disconnected than ever. The social strain of seed retention can be devastating. However, with the right support and resources, men can reclaim their masculinity, overcome the negative effects of seed retention, and rebuild their relationships and personal connections. It's time to redefine what it means to be a man in today's world. The old notions of masculinity, that it's defined by strength and courage, are no longer sufficient in our modern society. We must embrace a new definition of masculinity that takes into account the challenges and opportunities of today's world. By embracing traditional masculinity in a modern context, we can rediscover the power of resilience, strength, and courage. This will help us overcome the challenges that we face in our daily lives and to become the very best version of ourselves. The traditional qualities of masculinity, such as strength and resilience, are more important now than ever before. We must rediscover these qualities and embrace them in a way that is relevant to our modern world. The power of mindset cannot be overstated. A positive mindset can help overcome even the greatest of challenges and can lead to the greatest of achievements. Take the example of Nelson Mandela, who, through his positive mindset and unwavering determination, was able to overcome decades of oppression and lead his country to freedom. Or consider the story of Kobe Bryant, who, through his positive mindset and relentless work ethic, became one of the greatest basketball players of all time. A positive mindset is a powerful tool that can help you overcome the dangers of seed retention and achieve greatness. By adopting a positive mindset, you can overcome the challenges that life throws at you and achieve your goals. Talk is cheap. Action is where true power lies. To achieve greatness, you must embrace your masculinity and take control of your life. Too many men today are content to sit back and let life take them. They wait for opportunities to come to them instead of creating their own opportunities. But true greatness is achieved through action. By embracing your masculinity and taking control of your life, you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. Consider the example of Abraham Lincoln, who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the greatest presidents in American history. He did not wait for opportunities to come to him, but instead created his own opportunities through hard work and determination. Steve Jobs, who co-founded Apple and revolutionized the computer industry, he didn't wait for someone to create the future. He took control of his life and created his own future. These men are proof that action is the key to success. By embracing your masculinity and taking control of your life, you too can achieve greatness. Do not be afraid to take risks. Life is too short to wait for opportunities to come to you. Embrace your masculinity. Take control of your life. The power of action is yours. You are a man, a powerful force that can shape the world. But without this, you'll be left behind, lost in a sea of mediocrity. For too long, society has perpetuated the idea of seed retention, hindering men from reaching their full potential. But it's time to break free from those chains. It's time to redefine what it means to be a man. Embrace your masculinity. Embrace the power of a positive mindset and take control of your life through action and nutting. See, the world needs men who are strong, courageous, and resilient, and that man is you. It's time to reclaim what's rightfully yours, to take back your manhood and show the world what you're capable of. One of those things happens to be nutting. So go forth, my friends, nut freely, be men.